Hey guys, it's Tiffany and it's Friday again, so we're here for Free Tarot Friday. Um, and if you're new, welcome to the channel. Wise Skies is a metaphysical counseling company. We offer astrology readings, tarot, Akashic records, human design, and 9-star. We're undergoing a little bit of a website change, so I'm so excited. I believe we're going to launch it next week. And you can still book all of our services or get the forecast right now through wiseskiescollective.com. So, what we do on Fridays is go through the zodiac. So, Aries all the way through Pisces gets a little card reading. And so, take what resonates and leave the rest. This is a fun reading for your weekend, just kind of a way to feel like seen by the unseen world. So I'm doing it a little early today because I'm having some drive time later in the day, and I'll be in the car. So we're going to do it a little bit early. Here's what fell out. So let's just use this as our cards for everybody, since I didn't really officially get started yet. I usually do this at the end. But look, what fell out was the Temperance card and the Hanged Man. They fell out. I'm not going to read it reverse just because who knows which way it was. But the Temperance card is about reeling things in, and the Hanged Man is about having patience, having the patience to be able to see something from a different perspective. Like you're literally, sorry, upside down here. And so it can be uncomfortable in the pause, but this setup is really about patience, slowing things down, giving yourself the opportunity to freeze like ice, right? Like my rune on my arm, my scarf or ice is about freezing things so that you can see it, the ice cube from a different perspective, right? This is what this reminds me of. So, having that, having said that, I think everybody could use a breather this weekend. It's not always possible. Some of us are working on the weekend. I'm doing a hive tour. Like there's things going on, but this helps remind us, to take care of our thoughts, to reel something in, and to change our perspective, right? And every time I change my perspective, things get better, right? It's only when I'm stuck in my one track mind that things feel off, right? So a change of perspective could be needed for everybody. But let's go ahead and do the reading for Aries. So let's start with Aries, just clearing the deck for our Aries friends. Clearing for Aries. What do our Aries need to hear this weekend? Okay. All right. We get the Page of Coins and the Temperance card. I have a feeling we're going to see this a lot. All right, so Aries, this can be like really like saving for something that you want for later is really what I'm getting with this. It's like you want it now, but it's really a later thing. So I would say check in with your timing on a spend. Check in with your timing on a spend and see, what do you want to save for? This could be as simple as starting a coin jar, right? This could be as simple as a new savings account with somebody. This could be as simple as tips going in an envelope to use on a rainy day. But it does look like being conservative with your money for a long-term future situation would be better than whittling it away on coffee. You know what I mean? Like all the little things add up. All right, let's clear the deck for our Taurus friends. Clearing for Taurus. What do our Taurus friends need to hear for the weekend? Okay, we get the Magician reversed and the Five of Wands reversed. All right, so this is like conflicting magic. You know what I mean? It seems like you might be asking around for too many opinions. This could be as simple as like reading a bunch of different books that give you conflicting advice. This could be that you're calling different counselors or you're running things by friends and it accidentally turns into gossip. There's lots of energy that's being spread out, so we want to kind of focus it back and just remembering that you were born wise. You have the answers that you're seeking, and sometimes it's helpful to bat things around and talk with other people, but in this situation it looks like it's actually not really the best strategy right now. The best strategy would be to get quiet, tell the mind thank you, but if you're thinking through you're not having a physical experience of the answer that you're seeking. So I would say let the mind off the hook, and don't ask too many people's opinions. It's almost like when you're designing your logo, right? You don't want to ask too many opinions because you get them and you actually know what you want, right? So maybe there's something in there for you to work with, Taurus. All right, let's clear for Gemini. Just clearing for Gemini. What do our Gemini friends need to hear this weekend? All right, we get the Ten of Wands reversed, and the Five of Cups. All right, so this is just carrying some disappointment that's really not yours to carry. You know, this can be when you have the weight of the world on your shoulders, or you're taking things out there a little bit too personally, right? We all do it, but this is what the setup looks like. Some grief over some weight that you've been carrying that really isn't yours to carry. So again, that message of how can you focus that big, beautiful, interesting Gemini energy back on yourself, funding your own life source energy and vitality instead of funding the energy and vitality of somebody else's company, somebody else's world, somebody else's life. You know what I mean? This is when it's only heavy if you pick it up, right? So just refocusing looks like it would be beneficial for some of our Geminis watching. Okay, let's clear the deck for Cancer. Let's clear for Cancers and see what it is our Cancer friends need to hear for the weekend ahead. Guys, if you like these little miniature readings on Fridays, I do a full reading for every sign through our membership program, which is $22 a month, and you get more than that, but in the full reading I use 3 different decks. So if you want a deeper dive than this little snippet, I do offer that. All right, let's clear for Cancer. Just clearing for our Cancer friends. Okay. All right, first we get the Magician reversed and the Six of Cups reversed. All right, so this could be kind of like misplaced nostalgia. This could be something from the past that you don't want to talk about coming back around, challenging you in some way. This could be some sad memories. I'm in the middle of a live video. I'll have to get back to you. It's okay. So this is for Cancer. Sorry about that. So this can be some sadness around the past, or sadness around people that you were close with, right? Like this is kind of a reversal, or seeing things differently now. So, working with that again, just remembering this Magician reverse card is like you've forgotten that you have all the tools that you need, and so you really are okay. But it does feel like there's a little bit of confusion, grief, or sadness around childhood friends, siblings, something like miscommunication, not feeling heard, that type of a thing. And so, again, a great reminder to not take things personally, right? To not take things personally, to realize that they're projecting their stuff out there onto you, because that's what we do. It's like a mechanic situation. It's not that they're being bad. It's that you're feeling this way because you're taking it into your own system as yours, and it may not be yours, right? So very similar messages going on this week. All right, let's clear for Leo. Let's clear for Leo. Let's clear for Leo. Let's clear for Leo. All right. Okay. What is it that our Leo friends need to hear for the weekend ahead? All right, the Three of Cups reversed and the King of Swords. So you could look at this as kind of a temperance setup, right? The Three of Cups reversed, that to me, that feels like a hangover. That feels like too much energy going out. It feels like swirling energy. It feels like some unhealthy triangulation, us versus them, or maybe you're feeling left out. And the King of Swords is here to say enough is enough. Stop with the childish behavior. Stop with the overdoing it. Stop overcommitting. Stop setting up teams, like there's something that needs to stop. This King of Swords is here to say enough is enough. And so because these readings are so short, you individual Leo are going to know what this means for your life, right? And so where is it that enough is enough? Where have you just had enough and you need to stop the chaos at some level and start rebuilding with some order and clarity, right? Like, this is kind of like the road goes on forever and the party never ends. And this is kind of like, it ends now. You know what I mean? So working with that. All right, let's clear for our Virgos. You know what else that can mean? I'm not going to go there. I'm not going to go there. So let's go back to Virgos. Let's clear for Virgos. Clearing for Virgos. Clearing for Virgos. All right, 7 of Wands reversed. 6 of Coins reversed here. So for Virgos, this kind of looks like the martyr setup where it's like, I'm doing it all by myself and you're not being grateful for it. And is it possible that you're doing something for somebody that didn't even ask for your help? You know what I mean? Did you insert yourself? Did you try to fix something for somebody else? And did it cost you or them a lot of money? You know what I mean? It feels like there's a resentment towards generosity is what this feels like, a resentment towards generosity, whether it was your own time that you gave freely but secretly had an expectation, or whether you took on a loan and the person's like, okay, I need that back now, and you're just not quite ready for it. It feels like, again, there's a resentment towards generosity, and that can play out in a lot of different ways, right? So consider that, and if that speaks to you, just working on it from the aspect of your own mind, changing your perspective, getting some different ideas around the subject situation, because that was the main advice for all of us. All right, let's clear for our Libras. Let's just clear for our Libras. What do our Libra friends need to know for the weekend? Clearing for Libras. Okay. The 8 of Swords, when you're a prisoner of your own making and the world. All right. So just outside of you is the world is waiting. This is like, one of my teachers taught this phrase, when you're nervous, be of service. So when you're in your own way about stuff, just remember that you're kind of a volunteer here. You know what I mean? And things don't matter quite as much as you're giving them weight for. We're little ants in the vast solar system, you know what I mean? And yes, what you do matters, but just remember, like, if you're being of service, nobody can really fire you. You can't get in your way. The ego has to step back a little bit, so if your heart is like in the right place here, the World card is about being of service, ending an entire way of life, an entire way of thinking, and stepping forward into a new chapter, right? And that new chapter, when you read the descriptions, they're usually about like, you can contribute to the world in a good way. So get out of yourself. If you've been beating yourself up, giving yourself a hard time, being self-critical, all of that stuff is not helping you. It's like, just shut up and show up, basically. All right? You like that? Libras, I love you. I have 4 planets in Libra, so I see you. I hear you. All right, after Libra is Scorpio, where I also have 4 planets. Let's clear for Scorpios out there for the weekend. What is it that our Scorpios need to hear? Clearing for Scorpio. Okay. All right, we get also the 8 of Swords and the 10 of Coins. Very similar message, Libra and Scorpio, isn't it? So this is about getting out of your own way and accepting help, accepting abundance, allowing good things to come your way. You know what I mean? I can tell you in my life where this week I lost one of my, probably both of my bee colonies to pesticide, and April from Wise Skies suggested that I do a fundraiser for the bees to help them rebuild and get some new equipment, get some things in. And so that would be like me saying yes to that and getting out of my own way and my own thoughts in order to allow and receive others to help and contribute and let it be more of a community thing than I'm doing this myself kind of a thing. So that's one way that could play out, right? But very similar, the Scorpio and Libra message, get out of your own way and just show up and allow big, huge support to come in. You know, you deserve it, right? We all deserve more unconditional love, not less. All right, let's clear for our Sag friends. Oops. Let's clear for Sagittarius. Let's get a clear reading for any Sagittarius watching. Clearing for Sag. Okay, this one flipped over, the Knight of Cups. Let's just shuffle. Okay. All right. So Sag, look, we've got, okay, I pulled some extra ones. This is the one that fell out. This is, the Knight of Cups is usually when we're a little bit, like we're in our emotions, we're feeling things emotionally instead of practically or logically. And so this can help us, this can be helpful sometimes, and other times we ride this emotional wave until we're into confusion instead of into clarity, right? The Eight of Cups, it feels like grief from walking away from a situation, grief from, like I used to read this card, walk away and don't look back. And I now read it as in step into your beautiful future. The past lessons are done. You know, you've learned from the past, and it's okay to step forward into your future, right? The Tower reversed here to me means it feels very tumultuous for you. It feels like, you know, it feels like you're in unclear territory. It feels like you're unsure of the next step, and it's causing you some grief and anxiety instead of excitement, right? And excitement and anxiety are the same emotion, but it feels like your neural pathways are tuning into the more upsetting side of that, when really there's actually a positive side to that, right? We got the King of Wands here. As soon as you decide what you want to do, you're going to experience that peace of mind, right? As soon as you take action with what you want to do, you're going to experience that peace of mind, right? And there's lots of support and love and connection available as soon as you decide exactly what you want, right? That's all. Okay, so let's clear the deck now for our Capricorns. Let's clear for Capricorn. What do our Capricorns need to hear? Clearing the deck for Capricorns. All right, the Judgment card reverse flipped out. What do our Capricorns need to hear? Okay. All right, they also get a Fool reversed and a Queen of Coins. All right, so this is really having to do, like, this is about taking responsibility for your life. Here, it does look like you're maybe criticizing yourself for having been foolish, or criticizing yourself for having made a decision that didn't go the way that you wanted. You know, this life that you're living, Capricorn, is an experiment, and you might be operating out of an old, not self system, right? You might be operating out of a past system, and that's why you're feeling like, man, that doesn't fit anymore, but how can I move forward? I'm really ready for more stability in my life. And so I would say just figure out the things that aren't fitting, you know, you right now. Figure out the things that you want to be free from, and step into emotional clarity and stability, right? Like, this is about cutting out the crazy making things and not judging yourself for it, and not letting the mind chew on it so much, just being like, okay, this is my trial and error, and it's not this, so let me find my way back to something that feels a lot more stable, right? My right foot is completely asleep, and I'm operating with 6 bee stings right now, so I'm a little, see, like, there's one, having an experience over here. All right, let's clear now for our Aquarius. Let's clear for Aquarius. What do our Aquarius friends need to hear for the weekend ahead? Okay, we get the Hermit reversed and Seven of Wands reversed. It looks like you could use some alone time, but you're not going to get it. It looks like maybe it could be about unplugging with a group. So maybe it's like a couple or a few of you like get a getaway, or get to hide out kind of feeling. It just doesn't feel like being around a lot of people is going to be very beneficial to you. So this is just kind of a simple message to sit back, unplug, and reconnect with yourself, because everything feels a little bit upside down. I also think you're taking on the weight of the world here where you don't have to, like, you don't have to pay this debt that's not yours to pay. You don't have to work this job that's not yours to work. Similar to Gemini, it's like refocus that big, huge, beautiful, clear thinking Aquarian mind on a project that is more aligned with you, with yourself. What if you poured all that energy that you're busy pouring out there back in here? How about you fund your own life for a little bit this weekend, right? It's a weekend anyways. Can't work on the weekend. All right, let's clear for, I almost said Sunday. Let's clear for our Pisces, right? Let's clear for Pisces. What do our Pisces need to know for the weekend ahead? Clearing for Pisces. All right, 9 of coins, 2 of coins. So Pisces, becoming a woman of your own making, or a man of your own making. This is about standing on your own 2 feet. This is about being self-sufficient, and it's about making, like, cutting your losses in some area. The 2 of coins gives us a decision about money, and I don't want you to stay in indecision for very long at all. Indecision means no. Take that and move on. You know what I mean? Indecision means I'm in my mind instead of my physical body, and that's a no. So just practice with that this weekend, Pisces, because I know you're very good at feeling a lot of different emotions, right? But we want to get you into a place of self-sufficiency and a place where you can make decisions more efficiently. And a lot of that does have to do with your human design and your natal blueprint, like your astrology chart. But here this weekend, see if you can focus on efficiently making decisions about money that bring you closer into a goal of self-sufficiency. It's not that you can't have support or help from the community. It just seems like there's some financial thing that's a little bit tangly, right? And we just want to get clear on that, because what you really want is to be, self-supporting, right? So play with that a little bit. I was just about to basically repeat what I just said. So since we did the group cards at the beginning, that brings us to our close. I hope everybody has a great weekend. I invite you to enjoy the Wise Skies Collective membership. It's just $22. I do a full reading for each sign using 3 decks. This month in October, we're having a special guest teaching us a bonus training in the membership. We also have a new moon meditation, and you get access to all of our past classes, which are updated monthly. So it's really valuable, and I'd love to see you in there. And if not, no problem. Maybe there's better timing for you. It's just if it's correct for you right now. So again, the forecast, the podcast, all things September are live at wiseskiescollective.com. And if these heartfelt messages are helpful to you, I appreciate your virtual tips through Venmo or PayPal, so that I can pay all the fees on all the platforms, right? So until next time, until next Friday, guys, namaste. I hope you have a beautiful weekend wherever you are. Sending you lots of love, and I'm keeping you in the prayer field through the Wise Skies Collective.